Hello everyone, this is Kat, and welcome back to the channel. And today I want to talk about what I've pretty much found out to be pretty much the most efficient way of doing this event, as far as I managed to do it with a group of random people. To be clear, these are all randoms, we are not in a voice chat, so we could probably further improve our time. Current record we got here in this group is 23 minutes 30 seconds. And we're using a few very small details in our setup to make sure we get all of the maximum amount of damage output that we can. And we got an Octavia, which is me, high power strength built, about 300% power strength on here currently, and as much duration, efficiency, and everything else as possible. And then we got a Mesa, we got a Harrow, and we got a Slova. And what we currently are doing is that the Harrow will enable his crit buff once we hit level 100 plus enemies. Furthermore, he is armed with we've got a Redeemer Prime here and a Redeemer Prime here on the Harrow and Mesa. They are using my multi-shot buff because apparently, which I actually just found out, I have this Axolotl Prime, which you can see in the top right, gives me real fast, perfect Opera buffs, and it allows me to get multi-shot on my Redeemer, which is something no other weapon can do, like no other frame, as far as I know. And you can see here the damage numbers. That's more than 8 shots. Those are 14-ish. Oh, actually, I just run out of on the buff, so we're down to 8 again. But it's a bit hard to maintain it. But against the higher level enemies, you can easily like rush towards it and actually like work it. Pretty sure we're gonna have to work our way to the right here in a second. Slowfast slowing all the enemies, as you guys can see. He's not reactivating his Nova abilities. He's just slowing. The Mesa, of course, is doing all the massive damage. The Mesa does have the highest damage output. Seems to be a pretty good Mesa setup there. People sometimes think Mesa isn't the most optimal choice, but I guarantee you guys, having a Mesa doing that much damage, it really is good. And we are doing absolute like nut job times against the level 188 enemies. You can see here the health going down really, really quick. Because also the Slova and Harrow are both helping. Oh, we need to take this one out. That's actually where we lose the most time, aerialists. But Slova does definitely help us there as well, compared to a Limbo, which does jack shit against it. So that's why I put a Slova above a Limbo in this game mode. So for the most of the part, I'm gonna be talking about what stuff goes in the like what happens here in the actual gameplay footage. Not really talking about much else on the strategy. Yep, we're in far now, so it's on to the speed run side of things. This is where you win the most time, getting used to the spawns. And generally there are 4 or 5 spawns. So that means that if you know, like, it'll always go into the same order. So once you know the 5 spawns, then you can simply run in a cycle and get here much faster than you would if you just waited for it to appear. You can easily win like 10 seconds per Condrix there. And that's a real time saver. I will actually not start using the multi-shot buff until we also hit like full cycle, 1 longer transition. Yep, that is the nice stuff. Meanwhile, Harrow is keeping us supply of energy. It's all good. So that's how I can keep up my buffs. Like people sometimes forget that I'm also providing 100%. In my case, actually 100% armor buff, which is pretty good. So we're almost done with the thing, and we can just go on to the next one. Get stuff started here. Let's clear things out and prepare to drop. And there it goes. Drop it. And start hammering away with the Redeemer. Note that with multi-shot on here, it means that actually you would be able to go up with your combo count much faster, because with a Redeemer, you got +1 combo per pallet hit. So you can get a maximum of 8, or like without any punch through, which the gun does come with innate. And does a really good damage in that regard. And you can see here we have plenty of time left on the amp ability before it runs out. So start running early to stack ult. Yeah, Mesa kind of comes over last, which is like the optimized move here, because she can then stack her ult and I'm just gonna be sitting up here. And well, like because Mesa stays longest, she can still defend against the last few enemies. Well, the hero goes in charge ahead, so we can easily get his buffs as well. That's what we kind of figured out here. So if you can get a real organized squad going, really go for this setup. Like it works really well. And I can even afford to just scrap that focus orb there before heading out to the next area. We must go further beyond. So here we go. Kind of pushed around by the things again a little bit. There goes the Mesa. So in the meanwhile, we in the total loop, we are currently on our 4th times 17 run for this cycle of Mercs. We started at perfectly 0, and it was at we're at 83 Mercs driven away when we finished up our last one, and we immediately went in for the 4th run. So yeah, that's what I've been doing here. Meanwhile, you can see the Mesa staying around now. We've really figured it out now. We are already starting to push ahead. And this is where you get the massive amount of time savings and the long stretch of walking. You see, like, they're all completing. Mesa's already moving this way. And just when we drop here, we are ready to receive the Conrex. And you can see the health drop real fast as well. Mesa arrives roughly when the health drops to the first checkpoint, basically. And then you have the first sentient spawn, and the Mesa can take care of him perfectly fine. And this is also, again, with the Limbo, you don't really need that much crowd control ability here. And here I'm slightly inefficient because I decided to go for the orb. And now, yeah, we go ahead. 75%, we go for the next one. Harrow gets his shit charged up. And I keep my buffs maintained. We're kind of low. I'm kind of low on energy, so I'm gonna really quickly kind of pop an energy pad there so I can deploy before he actually drops. I was just a little bit low on energy there. You can see, even at level 96 Conrix, we're not much slower than this thing's animation speed. Like, look at that. That thing drops real fast, the other list. We notice it real quick. Drop the Conrix. Get everything dropped in. God, we're fast. 15 minutes at the 11 mark. That is fast. That's definitely fast. So, what we're going to be doing is... I'm just going to sit here. There's defend. You can see we are losing some health on our uplinks, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. Oh, he is on the other side. Darn it. It is swapping between these two. That's the annoying part. But now we kind of lose a bit of time here. Because I misdropped my buff and I ran out of energy, so I had to wait for my energy pad to give it back. And now should be around time when I start buffing myself. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got. So I got basically a stat stick, Stiletto Prime here. And its only purpose is having a fire rate of as close as 8 as possible. And this is a secret sauce kind of ingredient. Because a lot of people don't really realize this, but if you have a weapon that's perfect 8 rate of fire, you can uber charge the multi-shots. You can see the multi-shot buff, boom, there we got it. 86% for 26 seconds. Instantly there. That's how fast I can charge it. So I'm gonna recharge it real quick. And now we're gonna see how much more damage you can do with 86% multi-shot. We're just literally gonna be an 86% damage buff on this weapon. Look at the health melt on these Conrix. I can recharge it. There we go. I should have enough time now to finish off the entire Conrix. I will keep my tree active though. Allow my allies to use the buff as well. And now I have time to double check my ammunition of my Stiletto and go back to my Redeemer. And now me and the Harrow we make the long stretch again. Harrow, come on. Keep on going. Charge up. And I need an energy drop again. Sometimes I do have to use the energy butts, so now we drop the ability. And here it comes. And shooting to recharge. Okay, now we have to work a little bit on the small stuff. Okay, Mesa's here, no problem then. Buff is out, so I'm gonna have to recharge it real quick. And go back to melee. And there we go. This is level 144 Conrix. We're at 18 minutes, guys. This is the third last Conrix. Again, 18 minutes. That's probably one of the fastest times around. Now we're at 50%, so we can go charge over here again. 3, 2, 1, Grenier. Make weapons. Let's see where he drops this time. Okay. Hello, Windows. How are you doing, Windows? He always complains. Okay. Recharging my buff. Keep it on 100 buff. And one more shot and we're gone. And there we go. If that's fast, I don't know what is. We're 20 minutes. Again, don't mind if I do. We are speed. So, we're gonna have to do one more. Shut up, Windows. Gotta remind them. Last time they thought there was gonna be one more. So I'm just gonna remind them. Last one now. Which side it's gonna be? Which side is it gonna be? Okay. Don't really get the opera. Come on, one shot. Okay, I was a bit on the slow end. I kind of screwed up my buff there. Okay, now I can do the buff. Okay, multi-shot buff is active. And there you can see all the sweet damage numbers on the multi-shot. By the way, Redeemer got its status gens buffed, even though it doesn't matter for here. It did get a status gen buff, but in return it got its damage nerfed. So you be sure to stay within a 10-meter radius of the Conrix if you can. That's like the important part here. Here, 21, 28 seconds. And there we go. I'm just gonna drop that down. I'm not the best parker, so I'm just gonna go ahead. It's 80%. We won't lose them at this late of a moment. And there we go. 22 minutes and a little bit. The last one is our Mesa. And it's complete. And that, guys, is how you do a full 17 times run in 22 minutes. I called way at the start of the run, I called that would take that long. And we're perfectly in time because you can see there, 99 of 100. 2x a leaderboard. There we go. I'm gonna make some screenshots of that actually. Make sure nobody's actually going through it. I want a rank 4 reward. Yeah, well, we're definitely be getting the tier 3 ones. That's for sure. 417 runs. 4x17 is... Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, because there's not really much else to show on this run. This one went perfect. It went the best of all 4 runs. And I think next time we might even be able to like start a 5th run. again, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next video. Good night.